What's up? What's up, Solar family? What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. What is happening? How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. Hopefully, you guys are doing amazing. Hopefully, you guys are doing amazing. I've been super busy over the last 2 days, so I totally apologize. The last 2 days, I haven't been on live, right? And it's my fault, my bad. Um, I have other businesses outside of solar, right? So my wife and I are also real estate investors, and we are getting a property ready because somebody wanted to rent our property that we just fully remodeled, and they want to move into the house. Like I don't know, they gave us less than a week to get it all done. And out here in Texas, 3 days out of the 7 days, right? They give us 7 days to get it all done, and 3 days of the 7 days it was raining, storming, icy slash snow out here in Texas. So we couldn't even leave the house. So we literally had probably like 4 days to fully furnish a 4,000 square foot home, like from top to bottom, right? So yeah, I've been super busy. So I totally apologize that I missed 2 days with you guys, but I'll make it up to you, right? I'll make it up to you guys. So before I get started, though, if you haven't booked your free solar strategy call yet, make sure you guys do that, right? It's absolutely free. There's no strings attached. I've been in solar for over 8 years now. We help thousands of people get into solar and we help them answer questions. So if you're looking into getting into solar, or maybe you already are in solar and you want to take your business virtually, or you're an contractor, HVAC, roofing, window contractor, and you want to add solar in your book of business, make sure you book your free solar strategy call, right? At solarstrategycall.com. Okay. Solarstrategycall.com. And I'm just super excited. I mean, 2023 just seems like it's just zooming by, right? I can't believe like it's already February, and in a few days it's going to be Valentine's Day already, right? And I don't really like Valentine's Day because you just don't know what to buy your wife or your girlfriend or whatnot, especially when you guys been together for a while. It's hard to buy something for someone that doesn't really need anything else, So I'm like, I always like screw up in these days, right? Valentine's Day, because I don't really know what to buy, right? Unless like these days I'm like more specific. I'm like, babe, what do you want, right? To save me some trouble and heartaches. What do you want? But yeah, I can't believe time is just flying by this year, and hopefully you guys are getting value from the live session, and you guys are starting to see an incremental increase in your sales conversion, right? So we want to make sure that you guys are getting or closing more deals, because that's my whole objective of the live training. I'm going to plug in here every single day, Monday to Friday, and I'm going to give you guys some pointers and some tips that's working for our business. And the idea is to help you guys grow your book of business, your commissions this year. Okay. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure that you guys put it in the chat, and I would love to answer any questions that you guys may have. Okay. That's the whole intent. If you guys also are watching me live on a replay, say what's up, represent, where are you guys coming in from? And let me know where you guys are tuning in from. That'd be awesome as well. And one last announcement before we get started. Follow me on TikTok as well. Okay. Follow me on TikTok, James, the solar energy expert. Please follow me on TikTok. I want to start going live on TikTok as well, but unfortunately, they want me to have like 1,000 followers before I can go live. I think we're at 600 something right now, almost 700. So we need all you guys and gals to follow me over there on TikTok as well, so we can help folks out on TikTok. All right. Awesome. What's up, Azuma? What's going on, man? How are you doing? I just started working for a nonprofit, and one of the concerns is the increased energy bill. They run housing for veterans and homeless women. How would we subsidize the cost of solar? So are you talking about like for their home, Azuma, like the veterans' homes, like their personal home? Are you trying to subsidize and reduce the cost of energy for their personal home? Or are you trying to subsidize or reduce the energy for like a facility that you guys own? Okay, three buildings. So yeah, so Azuma, the best. What state? What state is that? What state are those buildings in? What state? Tennessee. Um, do me a favor, Azuma. The best thing that I can tell you is book a call, solarstrategycall.com. I may have to refer you to my team that does commercial buildings, and then they can point you in the right direction. I wouldn't know right now on the top of my head on who to point you to and how to help you. um, I would have to push you over to one of my guys and gals that can help you. Okay. So book a solar strategy call, solarstrategycall.com, and they can help. Is that cool? Thanks, man. Awesome. But as far as residential, because for me personally, I focus my time in residential, right? Residential. Don't get me wrong, we can do commercial, just like what you're talking about with the three buildings, Azuma. But I focus my personal time and our training and stuff like that for residential. And the reason being is uh, residential are low hanging fruits. And obviously, the decision makers are homeowners, right? So I don't have to run it through like gatekeepers, engineers, the CEO of the company, and able to close the deal. With commercial, right? Commercial, there's just a lot more like red tape you got to go through, um, versus residential, right? Because residential obviously is a smaller property, and the decision maker is the homeowner. And normally, when you're talking about like like commercial buildings, um, the decision maker may be a couple people, or even the decision maker may be like the owner of the building. But that before that homeowner of the building can make that decision, they would have to run it through like multiple sources, right? Or resources before they make that decision of whether or not solar is going to be beneficial for a commercial property. But don't get me wrong, commercial properties are an amazing opportunity as well. It just takes longer, right, to come to fruition versus residential, right? Um, Good question though. Yeah, super excited though. I mean, ideally, guys, ideally, right? So we talked about the four pillars, and ideally, the first pillar is sales, and you should be at least a 50% closer, right? At least, right? So pillar one is sales, right? 50% closer. Pillar two is automation. Learn how to automate your sales process, because you are going to leave money on the table if you don't have automation. And I talked about this this week as well, that if you're sitting now with 10 homeowners, right? You do the math yourself. If you're sitting now with 10 homeowners, and even if you're a 50% closer, the other five is going to tell you, let me think about it. They're going to give you some sort of excuse why they're not going to move forward right now, which is absolutely cool, right? Because the only thing we're expecting right now is to close 50%, 5 out of 10. So the other five that didn't close, what happens to those guys and gals, right? Because 5 times 12, that's 60 homeowners in a year. And keep in mind this number, 30% of the 60 will eventually move forward within a calendar year. Okay. 30%. So 30% out of the 60 homeowners that you already sat down with, that's 18 homeowners. 18 homeowners times how much you would make per deal. Say, for example, if you're making $5,000 a deal, that's $90,000 that you left on the table. Okay. Think about that. That's $90,000 that you left on the table. And a lot of folks are grinding away, like, getting caught in this rat race of getting more and more and more and more and more and more and more leads, when first and foremost, their close rate is low. Secondly, they don't have a system to follow up with homeowners. Okay. So it's key, right? I'm giving you guys the strategy to grow your business. Okay. If you want to grow your business from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures to 7 figures to multiple 7 figures a year, then you have to follow the 4 pillars to solar sales mastery. Okay. Pillar number 3 are leads now. Okay. And it goes in this chronological order. Okay. It goes pillar 1 is sales, 50% close rate. Pillar 2 is automation. Let's automate some of the sales process so we don't leave money on the table. Pillar number 3 are leads. So now let's feed the machine. Okay. Now you're starting to have a machine. And then the fourth is basically you want to have a wide range of installers all around the country. Okay. Because if you can generate the lead, that lead doesn't necessarily have to be in your backyard, right? It doesn't have to be in your backyard, because what happens is if you have installers all around the country, then this lead can be in Tennessee, it could be in California, it could be in Florida, it could be in Texas, it could be in Oklahoma, right? You guys catch my drift here? So don't limit yourself in one particular location. Make sure that you have a wide range of installers all around the country. And maybe you're asking or saying to yourself, well, James, I love the company I'm with, right? These guys are amazing. But keep in mind that if they're more like a local company, or maybe they only service one state or two states or three states, you're going to leave money on the table again, right? So make sure that you guys have installers in at least like 27, 30 states, because what you're going to also notice, especially if you're like in Arizona, Texas, maybe Utah-ish, Florida, for example, if you're in these states selling solar, a lot of people post-COVID moved all over the country, right? So like for example, me personally, we moved, our family moved from San Diego to Texas. So if you came to my home and you asked me for a referral, I may not be able to get you any referrals in Texas, but we know people in California. Does that make sense? We know people outside of Texas, right? Because we're completely new here. We don't know anybody here. But since we have leads in California or homeowners that we know in California, if you only have an installer in one state, in Texas, for example, then you're literally leaving money on the table. That's why it's important for you to have a wide range of installers all around the country. Okay. If you guys are looking for a wide range of installers, if you're looking to automate your process, make sure to book your call, right? Solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. And I would love to point you in the right direction. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense? I don't have too much time today, but I want to spend as much time as I can with you guys, right? So if you guys have any questions, I mean, fire away. Any questions whatsoever to help you guys grow your business. Maybe you're having problems with your sales pitch. Maybe you're having problems with, lead generation, whatever that is. I'm literally here to help you guys. Okay. I have 7 minutes. I have a hard stop at 10:30 my time. So I'm here to answer any questions that you guys may have for the next couple of minutes. Okay. I'm here. So again, I honestly feel a lot of people are leaving money on the table, because what you need to do is you need to understand there's a lifetime value for every single homeowner, and we need to squeeze out every last. This is, I guess, I don't want it to sound bad, but as many deals possible, right, from every single lead that we have, right? Because a lot of folks don't understand the LTV, right, the lifetime value, and they're basically squeezing out, like, if the lifetime value is here, right? If this is the lifetime value, the solar rep is squeezing out everything here in the front end, right? And they think that, because I closed this deal and made 10 grand, this homeowner, that's all that they're going to be able to give me financially, right? Or help me financially. But what happens is, if you understand the life cycle of a lead, if you treat them properly, right? If they know, like, and trust you, they're going to keep on referring business back to you, right? So what happens is there's this value of a homeowner, and it could be tens of thousands of dollars instead of just that one-time pop. Okay. Because ideally 30% of your business should be coming from referrals. People should be calling you, like old homeowners that move forward, and also that didn't move forward. Okay. Even the homeowners that did not move forward with solar, they should be reaching out to you, be like, hey, you know what, James? I have a friend that's looking into solar. I'm still thinking about going solar, or maybe it didn't work out for me, but hey, I got a friend. Here's their information. Go reach out to them and see if you can help them out. Okay. So there's a lifetime value. I cannot stress this enough to you guys, because a lot of consultants nowadays, what they're doing is they're not treating a homeowner with, the respect that they deserve. They're screwing over the homeowner. They're not creating the right system. They're misleading homeowners. Maybe it's because of the lack of training that they have, whatever that may be. And what happens is a homeowner has a really bad taste in their mouth after going solar, and they're never ever going to refer anybody to solar ever again. They're actually the ones that's bashing us on the internet, right? So it and that misinformation and that disgruntled homeowner, it all ripples down to all of us. Okay, if, say for example, and I'm going to say the rep maybe is not educated about solar. Okay. They're not intentionally misleading people. Okay. Let's just err on the positive side that maybe this rep wasn't trained properly. And now that information ripples down, that misinformation ripples down to a homeowner, like, say, for example, in Texas somewhere. And then from there, that misinformation, the homeowners pit because of that information, they make a decision from that misinformed information, and then they make a decision to go solar. That doesn't work out the way they thought it would be. Though they start making posts on social media, even though they're in Texas, they start posting all over the nation that, hey, they just got, screwed over with solar, maybe on Facebook or whatnot. And it reaches their network of people all over around the country, and it just ripples, right? So now maybe a friend read that post in California, and the other friend that went solars in Texas, they read that post. I sit down with that homeowner in California, and they're like, hey, man, my friend just got screwed over. They just went solar out there in Texas. Now I got to, come up with rebuttals to answer those objections or those concerns. It ripples down to all of us. Okay, it ripples down to all of us. So make sure that you guys are first and foremost informed on how to properly sell solar. Okay, because it's not just like it's a no brainer. I'm going to sit down, or it's a no brainer. It's not that easy. Okay. As Zuma, you said, I think my biggest issue is the user upfront cost. So it just depends, right? So Azuma's comment says, I think my biggest issue is the huge upfront cost. I feel as though my passion for solar speaks for itself. That's awesome. But I get stuck when people mention the cost. So basically, if you're getting objection to cost, we're just not explaining the value of solar properly. Okay. Because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, right? If you really think about it, and I know you know this, Azuma, but I think your homeowners don't quite get it. And that's why I always bring it up front and center to them. And I always get them to buy in. Because at the end of the day, I always tell a homeowner, hey, Mr. Smith, let me get an understanding here really quickly, right? Because I'm pretty sure you guys are going to continue to buy energy, right? You guys aren't planning on going back to candles. I don't think. Are you? No. We're going to continue buy energy. So that's what it's how it's set up sometimes, right? Because it's easy for us to understand because we're in this industry, right? It's like, okay, 1 + 1 = 2. But sometimes with a homeowner, because we just literally gave them information, right? Sometimes too much information. And then now the decision making gets a little muddy, because at the end of the day, if they're paying this much for the utility company, right? This is how much they're paying right now, and you're bringing down to a lower amount. Or let's talk about long term. If they're going to pay $100,000 by staying with a utility company, and they're only paying $65,000 by going solar, I mean, which one makes more sense? And I always bring it back to let's just start over, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Let's pretend that you just moved in the house, right? We do a little story so they can really understand where we're getting at here, right? Let's just say that you just moved in this house and you had two options, right, to purchase electricity. The first option is you're going to call XYZ utility company. They're going to put you on a rate plan that's going to constantly go up every single year. and you're going to pay that forever, right? And no matter what they do, whether they want to raise it 10%, 15%, you're just along for the ride forever. Or would you rather go with another option? It's the same exact energy. It's still going to provide you the same quality of energy like the utility company, but now you list all the benefits, right? It's instead of paying $200 a month for the utility company, now you have this other source of energy. It's $175 a month. But you also have this other benefits. Which utility company or which energy would you choose? I'll choose a cheaper one. So it's just really like getting them to understand in a micro level what they're getting into, and also have them in the beginning understand that we're just having a conversation on how you buy electricity, right? Because that's part of our sales presentation. As soon as we sit down with a homeowner, maybe 15 minutes in, we're going over what we're going to be going over. Okay. And we're saying, hey, we're just going to have a conversation with you on how you're currently purchasing electricity. And if this makes sense, we're going to show you a better way and how you can do so. Okay. So we're already setting it up. And I think a lot of times too, we're not setting up the stage properly, and we're asking for a sale and we're getting a reaction like, oh, it's too expensive. I mean, obviously, if you're purchasing this outright, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it may be a little cost. It may cost you something. But the great thing is, Azuma, if you qualify for this program, there's no upfront cost. We're taking a permanent SEER approval installation of the system for the next whatever warranty you guys have, 20 years. And what you get, Azuma, is cleaner, lower cost energy right from day one. And keep in mind, not everybody qualifies for the program, right? So I take it away. So that's how we set these things up. And that's why, again, it's finding the right mentor, right? A mentor means that someone that's going to walk you through, maybe they don't have much time, right, to really walk you through everything, but maybe they set an hour a week or a couple hours a week to teach you, right? A mentor. Maybe that mentor could be somebody in your office. But for the most part, when you're starting to make money in this industry and you want to take it to the next level, a mentor is not going to necessarily take you to the next level, right? They're going to take you to a certain level, but if you're, you're content with that level, which you shouldn't, then it's time to hire a coach, right? There's a difference from a mentor to a coach. A mentor is somebody in your office. A mentor is someone's going to talk to you like, hey, I got a little bit of time. Let me come talk to you, right? About how to grow your business, how to set things up. Let's go over some objections. But you can't be a coach, right? For us, we're a coaching program. We're here to coach you every step of the way. So it's our job, our responsibility to hold you by the hand, to make sure that you have systems in place in every part of the sales process, right? And a lot of folks don't understand that. They're like, I'm not going to invest into any coach and things like that. I got it on my own. Right. And that ego is going to limit you from really taking your life and your business to the next level. Because I've been there. Right. When I'm like, I don't need anybody. I can do this myself. But throughout the years, when I understood that, you know what, I'm not going to take this by myself. I'm not going to be able to reach my highest potential by myself. I'm going to need people around me, coaches around me, so I can take my business to the next level. Right. Because there's no way for us to make multiple seven figures in the solar industry by myself. Okay. I'm not that smart. All right. I need smarter people, coaches, a team that's a lot smarter than I am, certain parts of my business, so we can take our business to the next level. But a lot of folks don't quite understand that, right? They get into solar and they've been selling, used cars for 25 years, and just fully transparent with you that their ego is so damn big and they don't have any like fruits to show what the results are because they have such a big ego. You know what I mean? Do you guys understand this? Because a lot of folks are yappa, 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 right? You guys ever heard of college fraternity? Yappa, yappa, yappa? Yappa, yappa, yappas have this really big ego, don't need anything. I can do this myself. I've been selling cars for 25 years, right? But along with that statement, they're struggling financially, right? They're living in their mom's basement. They're driving a 1983 Toyota Corolla. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's not a good thing to drive, but I'm just saying that if you don't have the fruits to show for the results, then you have to put the ego aside, okay? Because there's a lot of folks, because this is still a sales opportunity. It's still a sales job, right? Even though I don't like using the word sales, because obviously we're educating homeowners, but we got a lot of salespeople that gets in this industry, and a lot of sales guys, more guys than gals, they just like to talk, And if you really want to, this is the key, guys. If you really want to take your finances to the next level, start getting a mentor first. If you can't afford a coach, get a mentor, and then move on to getting a coach. Okay? Because understand what is your trend right now? What is your historical data as far as your finances? What did you make last year? What did you make before last? Right? And if that trend is not getting significantly higher every single year, it's time to start investing in yourself, because the knowledge that it's gonna cap out, right, on your own. And it's learning from other people that can take you to the next level. Okay. All right, everybody. Shit, I'm already running late. Other than that, guys, make sure that you're very welcome, Zuma. Yeah, so Zuma, you said I think that the people in my area are very poor as well. So I understand, right? It's also picking the right demographics, right? I'll spend a couple more minutes with you guys. It's finding the right demographics of people, because what you'll find, like in the east side of town, blue collar workers, right? That are really working hard to make ends meet, and they're working, paycheck to paycheck. They want to go with solar, right? They want to move forward with solar. They want to save money, but unfortunately, those folks as well. I'm not just singling out, the east side of town, like blue collar workers. This can happen in any demographics, but for the most part, they won't pass credit, right? They won't pass credit as much as they want to go solar. Unfortunately, they probably won't pass credit. So it's finding that sweet spot, right? Middle class, upper class. You don't want to go too upper class when they have too much like disposable income, right? When they're like, I'm already, I don't want to, spend, X amount of money or get all these panels on my roof to save $100 a month, right? That's not enough for me, right? It's just finding that right sweet spot, finding the right demographics of people. Don't get me wrong, like, credit scores, things like that can vary throughout different financial classes, right? But it's more relevant when it's it's like blue collar, paycheck to paycheck, folks that live more like the east side of town, unfortunately. All right. All right, guys. Hopefully that gave you guys some value. Again, these meetings or training is for you. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm live every single day, Monday to Friday. Make sure that you bring your questions, right? Normally, people pay us thousands of dollars for our coaching, for our training. You guys literally have me here live absolutely free, right? So make sure that you also share my channel with your colleagues, friends that are in solar. If they can help, if this can help them, do me a favor, share it with them, right? Say, hey, James, the solar energy expert, he goes live every single day. If you guys have any questions, make sure to join him, right? I'll love to answer any questions you guys have. No strings attached, everybody. I'm just here to help, okay? Other than that, you guys have an amazing day. Make sure to book your free solar strategy call, right? solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. And I'll see you guys on Monday. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend.